All right, good afternoon, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started. As you're aware, these proceedings will be live streamed to the public, and the live stream has started. It is being recorded, and the transcript and video recording are part of the public record and will be posted on OTA's website. Therefore, please make sure that you do not show any private or sensitive information on the screen. The Office of Tax Appeals is not a court, but is an independent appeals body, which is staffed by subject matter experts and is independent of any tax agency. While the Office of Tax Appeals is not a court, we must nevertheless follow certain guidelines to ensure that we establish a proper record on which a decision is based and to conduct an orderly hearing. Today's hearing is being heard by a panel of 3 administrative law judges. I am Judge Ralston, and I will be the lead judge. Judge Brown and Judge Ridenauer are the other members of this tax appeals panel. All 3 of us will meet after this hearing and produce a written decision as equal participants. Although as the lead judge, I will conduct the hearing, any judge on this panel may ask questions or otherwise participate to ensure that we have all the information that we need to decide this appeal. We are transcribing this proceeding to ensure that we have an accurate record. We ask that everyone speaks one at a time and does not speak over each other. Also, please speak clearly and loudly. When needed, we may stop the hearing process and ask for clarification. After the hearing, we will produce the official hearing transcript, which will be available on the Office of Tax Appeals website. Does anyone have any questions before we go on the record?
No, I'm clear on that.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you repeat that, Mr. Zali?
No, I don't have any question. Very clear. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Co-panelist, are we ready to go on the record?
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon. We are now on the record in the case of Massive Dollar Plus LLC. OTA case number 2406-16419. Today is October 8th, and the time is approximately 2:23 p.m. As I stated, I am Judge Ralston, and I will be the lead ALJ for the purposes of conducting this hearing. Also with me on the panel are Judge Brown and Judge Ridenauer. I'm going to ask the parties to introduce themselves and state who they represent, starting with the appellant, Mr. Zali.
First name Sean, last name Zoli, and I'm representing a taxpayer, Massive Dollar.
Thank you. And for CDTFA?
Good afternoon. This is Ravinder Sharma, hearing representative for CDTFA.
And Jason Parker, Chief of Headquarters Operations Bureau of CDTFA.
Good afternoon. I'm Christopher Brooks, attorney for CDTFA.
Okay, thank you. We held a pre-hearing conference in this matter on September 15th, 2025. As discussed at the pre-hearing conference, there are 4 issues in this appeal: whether an adjustment is warranted to the unreported taxable sales, whether an adjustment is warranted to the unreported district taxes, whether an adjustment is warranted to the unremitted excess tax reimbursement collected, and whether the 40% penalty pursuant to Revenue and Taxation Code 6597 was properly imposed, and if so, whether the penalty should be relieved. Mr. Zali, do you agree that those are the issues?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. And Mr. Sharma, do you agree that those are the issues?
That is correct. Thank you.
Thank you. As for the exhibits, the appellant has not submitted any exhibits. Is that correct, Mr. Zali?
That is correct.
Thank you. And respondent has submitted exhibits A through D. The appellant did not object to respondent's exhibits A through D. Respondent's exhibits A through D are admitted without objection. Also, according to my notes, neither party intends to call any witnesses. That is still correct. For time estimates, Mr. Zali requested 20 minutes for your opening presentation. Mr. Sharma requested 25 minutes for the opening presentation. And after Mr. Sharma's presentation, Mr. Zali will have 5 minutes for rebuttal. Does that sound correct to you, Mr. Zali?
Yes.
And Mr. Sharma, does that sound correct to you?
That is correct. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Looks like we are ready to proceed. So, Mr. Zali, you have 20 minutes for your presentation, and you may begin when you're ready.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. So, again, hi, my name is Sean Zali. I'm representing taxpayer. This brief will be submitted on behalf of my client, Massive Dollar, and to address the notice of determination resulting from the sales tax audit. Sorry about that. Give me 1 second. We acknowledge the finding of the audit was pursued based on the reported sales and recorded sales to the DMV and then reported to the CDTFA. For full cooperation and documentation provided based on the requested from the auditor, we try to provide every document that the auditor requested through the audit channel. And our client is in a business to consignment and sells cars, and also buy cars from auctions and sell it to the public. But some of the cars that were purchased were sold to out of state, which all the documents were provided to the city TFA auditor at that time. And also some of the sales were returned back due to the quality of the car or poor quality of the car or automobile. And then we provided documents to the auditor that the car was returned back to the taxpayer due to problems that the car had. And also some of the cars were repo due to not making payments by the customers to my clients. So therefore they had to repo the car back and pay back the money to either to the clients or to the finance company, including the portion of the sales tax. And then all the supporting documents were provided to the auditor at the time. So that's why we feel like this audit, it was unjustified by the auditor because they did not pay enough attention to all the documents were provided to them, and they were just only take a look at the DMV auction record versus what was reported to the city TFA at that time, which is like understandable. Yes, it's reported versus recorded, but again, some of the recorded were more than reported. The reason is because some of the cars were out of state. There was no sales tax on out of state. Some of the cars were returned back to my client due to poor quality because they offer 15 days money back guarantee on the cars, right? And also some of the cars were repo and then come back and then unwind, go back to my client, and then they had to pay back the money either to the finance company or to the client who purchased the car. Therefore, we want the three panel judges to take a look at all this information and make the right decision, because the audit is not the right number. We understand some of the cars were not reported correctly, but we even still give the auditor supporting document for every sales that happened. We give them like a sales journals, boxes of sales if they requested it. So all the documents were provided per the request. Therefore, we never understood why 40% penalty should be there, because most of the sales were either recorded and then we reported to the city TFA, and then we try to like pay as much as was the right calculation based on the system, okay? And we're not saying our system doesn't have any error, but it was not purposely. So the purpose of the reported and recorded was to be perfect. That's the purpose of our accounting for our clients. But again, all the documents were provided to the auditor. And one of the things that I feel like it's not fair to the taxpayers is if we don't provide all the supporting documents, the penalty would be 10%, right? Because they cannot fully says, hey, they collected tax, they didn't pay it, right? Because we didn't give them the supporting document. But when you give them all the supporting document that they requested it, now we're at the 40% penalty, right? To me, it should be opposite. Like if you give all the document that was requested, it should be at 10%, not 40%. Because to be honest with you, any audit that I'm getting nowadays, my suggestion to the client would be, don't give the auditor anything. Let them come up with the number, and then we give them supporting document if it's needed. Because again, if the auditor, we give supporting document to the auditor, automatically they put 40% nowadays, which is like, it's unfair. It's a lot of money. We're talking about millions of dollars that could bankrupt my client just because of the 40% penalty. And especially due to the new law for immigration, because of the place of the business and the nature of the automotive that my client sells, his sales already reduced by 60% because the immigration policy that new administration has. He lost a lot of his employees and he lost a lot of clients that he has because he sells big trucks, diesel trucks. The purpose for it is for construction, gardening, the moving equipment, moving materials. So he lost a lot of that. If we go with the 40% penalty on top of everything, for sure he goes for bankruptcy. He cannot survive that. That was my opening brief.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Zali.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't think I have any questions at this time, so I'm going to check with my co-panelist. Judge Brown, did you have any questions for Mr. Zali?
Yes, I'll ask one question, Mr. Zali. Is there any evidence in the documents that have been admitted that you want to point us to, that you want to point the panel to, that supports your position?
Yes, all the supporting documents were provided to the auditor at the time of audit. So that's why we didn't have anything else, because everything that they asked for, including bank statements, including sales journal, including the database in their computer, they were supported to the auditor, and then I think they provide everything to the panel.
But you know what evidence the panel has that's been, you just heard that the exhibits A through D were admitted into evidence, and you received a copy of those documents long
Yes.
before this hearing. So is there a document, a page number that you want to point us to that supports your position?
Let me get back to you on that. Give me 1 second. I wrote it down. Give me 1 second. Can I get back to you after they're opening?
You can
I don't want to waste your time.
You can address it on rebuttal after we hear
Okay, sounds good.
CDTFA's
We'll
presentation.
do that.
Thank you.
And thank you.
That's all I have right now. Thank you.
Okay. Just a reminder that when someone is speaking, even if you think you know the answer or know what they're going to say, let them finish, because it's very hard for us to get a clear transcript when we talk over each other. Judge Ridenhour, did you have any questions for Mr. Zali?
Not at this time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Sharma, you have 25 minutes for your presentation, and you can begin when you're ready.
Thank you. Appellant operated a car dealership in Stanton, California since August 2009. Appellant has previously been audited. The department performed an audit examination for the period of October 1, 2018 through September 30, 2021. Appellant reported total sales of approximately $25 million, claimed deductions of $5 million for resales, resulting in reported taxable sales of $20 million for the audit period. Exhibit A, page 10 and 11. Appellant provided books and records such as dealer jackets for first quarter 2021 and federal income tax returns for 2018 to 2020. Due to lack of books and records, the department could not verify the reporting method and the accuracy of reported amounts. To verify the accuracy of reported amounts, the department obtained auction data for 2019 and Department of Motor Vehicles DMV data for the audit period from its own resources. The department used the DMV data to calculate audited taxable sales of around $36 million for the audit period. Exhibit A, pages 27 to 47. Appellant reported taxable sales of $20 million, resulting in difference of $16 million for the audit period. Exhibit A, page 26. The department used DMV data to calculate audited district taxes of around $447,000 for the audit period. Exhibit A, pages 27 to 47. After adjusting $174,000 related to the unreported taxable sales of $16 million and reported district taxes of $95,000, the department calculated unreported district taxes of $178,000 for the audit period. Exhibit A, pages 21 to 23. The department used dealer jackets for first quarter 2021 to determine excess tax reimbursement of $532 with an error rate of 0.24%, which then applied to the reported sales tax to determine excess tax reimbursement of around $4,000 for the audit period. Exhibit A, pages 49 to 55. Based on the stated audit procedures, the department determined unreported sales tax of around $1.5 million for the audit period. Exhibit A, page 19. When the department is not satisfied with the amount of tax reported by the taxpayer, the department may determine the amount required to be paid based on any information which is in its possession or may come into its possession. In the case of an appeal, the department has a minimal initial burden of showing that its determination was reasonable and rational. Once the department has met its initial burden, the burden of proof shifts to the taxpayer to establish that a result differing from the department's determination is warranted. Unsupported assertions are not sufficient to satisfy a taxpayer's burden of proof. The department used appellant's books and records and DMV data to determine the audit liability. Doing so produced a reasonable and rational determination. The department assessed a 40% penalty under Revenue and Taxation Code 6597 on unremitted collected tax of $1.5 million for several reasons. First, appellant has been in the business since 2009, was previously audited, and was informed by the department to correctly report the collected tax. Second, Dealer jackets included charges for sales tax reimbursement on all sales, which means appellant had knowledge of the application of sales tax to its sales of vehicles and collected the sales tax, but did not remit the taxes to the department. Third, appellant reported around 50% of the collected tax for the audit period. Fourth, there was a consistent pattern of underreporting during the period of fourth quarter 2018 to third quarter 2021. Appellant averaged around $7,000 to $82,000 per month in unreported sales tax. Exhibit A, page 72. Fifth, the unremitted tax collected for the 12 quarters exceeded the threshold of $1,000 per month and 5% of total tax collected. Sixth, appellant offered no explanation or reasons for its failure to remit such a substantial amount of tax. Since the understatement cannot be attributed to a bona fide and reasonable belief that the bookkeeping and reporting practices were sufficiently compliant with the requirements of the sales and use tax law, the penalty should be upheld. Appellant contends that it provided all the records claimed for interstate commerce sales, returned merchandise, and repo transaction. As of now, despite various requests, appellant has not provided any such documents to the department. No further adjustments are warranted. Based on the foregoing, the department has fully explained the basis for the deficiency. Further, the department has used approved audit methods to determine the deficiency. Therefore, based on the evidence presented, the department requests that appellant's appeal be denied. This concludes my presentation, and I'm available to answer any question you may have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sharma. Just checking my notes very quick. Okay. Judge Brown, did you have any questions for Mr. Sharma?
I don't think I have any questions at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. And Judge Ridenhour, did you have any questions for Mr. Sharma?
I also do not have any questions at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Zali, you have about 5 minutes for your rebuttal.
Wait, thank you so much. The department mentioned that due to lack of information, they had to use internal information to gather information from DMV and auction house. But based on the information the auditor provided to us, the reason the audit was initiated was because they received the information from DMV and the auction house, and they compare to the reported, then for the audit was suggested from audit selector. So that's, at least this is the first time I'm hearing that the information we provided triggered them to go after the DMV and the auction house information, which is like, this is the first time I'm hearing that, because the auditor was firmly informed us that they had the information before contacting my clients. Also, the auditor mentioned that they received some information regarding my client's tax return from internal information that they have, which is we didn't grant them to get federal tax information, which we provided to them, but the auditor mentioned that they already had the information before the audit, initiating the audit, which is, I just want to make sure that the department not gathering documents and information without having the permission to do so. Because again, we didn't know we provided the documents and they had to go in and get more information. I think they already had the information and then they started audit. The auditor was extremely sure that they already had all the information. That's one thing. The second thing, we provided all the information and then documentation, as you can see on Exhibit A, page 47, 48, also Exhibit A, page 26, and Exhibit A, page 25 and 26 and 27. Again, that all the documents, including federal income tax return, bank statements, and also the jacket, and were provided based on the information the auditor requested it. I'm done with my rebuttal.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Zali. Judge Brown, did you have any questions for Mr. Zali?
I don't think I have anything further. Thank you.
Thank you. And Judge Ridenour, did you have any questions? Or for either party, I guess?
I was just wondering if Mr. Zali wanted to address Judge Brown's question that she had earlier that he was unable to address regarding exhibit evidence and documentation.
Can I respond? Yes, I did. Exhibit A, page 4748. Exhibit A, page 25, 26, 27. Exhibit A, page 49 all the way to 55. And Exhibit A, page 73, 74, and 75.
Thank you. No further questions.
Okay. So it looks like we are ready to conclude this hearing. This case is submitted on October 8th, 2025, and the record is now closed. The judges will meet and deliberate and decide your case, and we will issue a written opinion within 100 days. Today's hearing in the appeal of Massive Dollar Plus USA LLC is now concluded. This hearing is adjourned. This concludes the hearing calendar for today. The next hearing will begin tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. And thank you, everyone.